Are you ready to take your organisation to the next level?
Excellence, quality was so important to them and all of the members.
It's really enlightening to see what is happening in industry, to be able to be exposed to some of those stories and those journeys.
Working with the BQF and the certification, is very much part and parcel of, what we're doing.
As many of you will know, the UK Excellence Awards is the BQF showcase event, and I am incredibly proud that we had a record number of entries this year, resulting in tonight being a total sellout.
The Ever So Lean podcast with Matt Sims. Because where people thrive, performance follows.
Welcome along to part 2 of the UK Excellence Awards 2025 here on the Ever So Lean podcast. I'm Matt Sims. I'm going to be the glue that binds everything together as we take you through the awards ceremony. If you haven't already listened to part 1, I suggest you pop over there and have a listen first, because it really does set the stage for what's to come in part 2. Now, we're going to be hearing from award winners. We're going to be hearing from sponsors. We're going to be hearing from Her Royal Highness, the Princess Royal, Princess Anne. We will hear the speech that she gave live on the night at Wembley Stadium. And it is incredible. It's a great listen, and I've got that coming up for you very, very soon. But before then, we need some more excellence. We need to head back to Karen and find out what is our first award of part 2.
So our next award is Excellence in Lean Six Sigma. A big thank you to our BQF partner Catalyst for again sponsoring this award. And of course, they are here with us this evening because they have never missed since the start. So, joining me to congratulate our winners is Catalyst Director Moore Allison. So, let's meet our finalists. We have the British Heart Foundation, Diageo, Smiths, Sun Chemical, and the Science and Technology Facilities Council. Our winner demonstrated a very robust and mature Lean Six Sigma approach, delivered with real passion and enthusiasm, whilst in parallel achieving some exceptional strategic outcomes and business results. Our winner this year is the British Heart Foundation.
Incredible for the British Heart Foundation. Do you know what? That just proves that Lean and Six Sigma, continuous improvement methods in general, are applicable in every single industry. It doesn't matter what you work in. The British Heart Foundation is a charity, and they've just proven they are excellent in Lean Six Sigma. Now, they delivered a powerful, purpose-driven entry that shows Lean Six Sigma at its very best. Practical problem solving that strengthens processes, lifts capacity, and ultimately saves lives. Over the past 2.5 years, the CI team has been working closely with 2 critical services, the National Defibrillator Database and the digital CPR training tool. Both teams faced heavy demand and a growing admin burden. By applying DMAIC with discipline and clarity, they've simplified work, reduced waste, and made it easy for businesses and the public to access life-saving tools. And the results are super impressive. Almost 64,000 process steps a year have been removed. Defibrillator registrations have jumped from 53% to 95%, and £28,000 worth of rework has been avoided. Thousands of devices have since been added through the improved process. Delays to customer responses have been cut from anything between a day and 4 weeks to a consistent 1-day turnaround. Manual work in the setup process has dropped by several minutes per lead, and over 500 contacts who were previously lost are now being captured and added to the BHF's database. What comes through most for me is the way the CI team brought people together. Workshops are inclusive, practical, and well facilitated, giving teams the chance to map processes, analyse data, challenge assumptions, and build ideas side by side. Feedback has been really enthusiastic. teams described the sessions as exactly what they needed. Teams have been upskilled, technical knowledge has grown, and lessons learned have been shared across the organisation. This is continuous improvement at its finest form, developing people, fixing problems, and strengthening the systems that support the BHF's mission. This Wembley winning entry shows how Lean Six Sigma applied with clarity and care can free up precious charitable resources, improve the customer journey, and help more people get access to the training and equipment that saves lives. A brilliant piece of work with impact that really does matter. I mean, how can we beat that? Where do we go from there? Let's find out. Let's go back to Karen.
Our next award is Excellence in People Engagement and Development, and a big thank you to our member Currys who've kindly sponsored this award. Joining me to congratulate our winners is the wonderful Chloe Richardson. Let's meet our finalists. We have Alpha Plus, Centrica, Ever So Lean, GXO, OpenReach, and Smart DCC. Right, now this category, I'm afraid, everybody, caused a real load of debate, as the standard across the board was so high, but it was also extremely diverse in topic. So the juries have wanted to recognise two very different but equally deserving winners. Our first winner released the potential of individuals who had been previously overlooked for development. The results were outstanding, and they evidenced a really strong and sustainable impact on everybody that was involved. The first winner of Excellence in People Engagement and Development is GXO.
Some say they fought off the sternest of competition. Some very, very, very strong competition indeed. In fact, some say this is the most incredible award to have won, given the strength of that competition. It is Champions League level stuff. So congratulations to GXO on the biggest award that they could possibly have picked up. I was fortunate enough to grab a word with Sally Finney, who is a HR business partner, and Ken Perrett, Senior Director at GXO Logistics, to hear about exactly what the night meant to them, the award, and what it's meant back at the ranch. Let's hear what they had to say. I didn't sound bitter, did I? No, I didn't think I did. I think it was all right.
Sure, I think when we turned up, it was just overwhelmed by the amount of people that were there for a start. So again, it was the first award. So whilst we had we had 6 awards in for the night, and collecting the 6.
Just like greedy.
Yeah, 6. I mean, we were going to sort of take the numbers games.
Yeah, you were going for law of averages, weren't you? If we entered them all, surely we're going to win one.
Absolutely. So the point we had 6 awards. First bought a table of 10, and then actually we need to get another table. So there was 20 people from our business.
Was it like at Christmas when you have like family come around, you got the camping table put up at the end of the table?
Absolutely. They shouldn't have said any of that. But no, so yeah, it's just phenomenal in terms of the environment, the atmosphere, just right from the point when, you know, you're nipping out of the hotel and then people are all getting the black tie event. So seriously, just said, yeah, it's amazing.
Winning an award at Wembley Stadium.
It's
just got this ring to it, rather than winning it in like a hotel conference suite or whatever. But winning it at Wembley Stadium, I just think there's nothing like it. It's just,
I think it was, the fact that Prince Hussein was there and they were that kind of extra, I guess, the secret sauce, I suppose.
Yeah.
A better word of it. You know, it was a established and prestigious event.
So what's it meant to the folks back at the workplace then? How they reacted to it?
Yeah, so I think it's this. I mean, the second award, which was Excellence in Delivery, was quite special for us because it was customer joint award. It wasn't just to get our customer on board, fully supported of it, and be part of our process. And they were part of.
That's amazing.
Went through the interview process.
Were they there on the night?
Yeah, they were there on the night.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. It wasn't just my team being interviewed, the customer was being questioned by the judges as well. So
that's special.
Talk about the collaborative effect and impact. They were 100% on board. So it was good for them to get up on the stage.
But that's a true testament to what you're doing when the customer is, you're not standing there preaching for yourself, the customer's talking about it as well.
So they were dead chuffed for it as well. So the impact back in the business is that we're trying to roll the BQF Awards out for more of our business units. So in the UK, we have 7 business units. That's 40,000 people. And this time, last year, we did our business unit. So we're now pushing out other bigger and better. We recognise the achievement of the people that have done a great job.
I think it feeds, doesn't it? It creates a buzz. People feed off of that success and they want more and more.
It certainly are. So what we've now done is we've got accreditation to BQF for our Yellow Belt programme, and we're now pushing that out across the UK.
Is it sparked that interest from people?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Everyone, to the point that everyone's trying to get in front of it.
Yeah,
and everyone wants a piece of it.
Okay, our second winners, let's talk about them. Our second winners invested in the next generation of leaders, readying them for bigger, more complex roles. And the jury were incredibly impressed with the results of the programme, which has created a very deep and lasting personal impact. So our second winner, everyone, is Centrica.
Congratulations to everybody in the Centrica team. Now let me tell you a little bit about their award entry. So their Aspire programme is a standout example of what happens when a business genuinely backs its people to grow. Now, at a time when the energy sector is shifting at pace and the push towards net zero demands strong, thoughtful leadership, this programme is giving colleagues the confidence, skills and clarity to step into bigger roles with real purpose. Now, the scale of the impact is impressive. Across 3 tiers of the programme, learners have already completed over 3,000 hours of development and generated more than 700 measurable actions. Feedback has been exceptional, with a Net Promoter Score of 92 and comments describing the sessions as some of the best people have experienced in their careers. What really stands out here is the shift in mindset and opportunity. Participants report a much stronger sense of career direction, greater belief in their own growth, and a clearer view of where they can contribute. Engagement scores show a notable uplift compared with the control group, and people can see a future for themselves in the organisation, and that's powerful for attraction, retention, and long-term capability. What Centrica have done here is built an environment where people feel encouraged, supported, and stretched. And when learning becomes part of how work gets done, it works. The result is a development programme that genuinely moves people forward, both personally and professionally. This shows a real business with long-term thinking, investment in its future leaders, and creating opportunities that lift people's capability and confidence. It's a strong, thoughtful piece of work that puts people at the heart of performance. And where people thrive, performance always follows. Let's go back to Karen for our next award.
Our next award, everybody, is Excellence in Project Delivery. Again, this year there were clearly 2 different types of project. Project that focused on the delivery of infrastructure and projects that were focused on delivering improvements to performance. Therefore, we have 2 separate awards to recognise the different types of projects. So we're going to go to start with to our project delivery for service. A big thank you to Pladis Global, who are a new sponsor this year, and joining me to congratulate our winners is Paul Dixon. Right, so let's meet our finalists. Our finalists, everybody, are Arthur Ellis, BT, Currys, National Express, Newcastle University, and Tesco. So our winner demonstrated a very impressive leadership and strong commitment and passion to change behaviours and the patience to upskill and sustain future ways of working, which has delivered some outstanding results across time, cost and quality. So the winner, everybody, of Project Delivery for Service is Newcastle University.
Well done, Newcastle University, picking up excellence in project delivery. Now, what did they do? What did that look like? Well, their Service First programme is just a brilliant example of a team stepping up, getting honest about the problems and doing the hard work to turn a service round. After a major restructure, end-user IT support was a tough place. Backlogs were huge, tickets were going untouched, complaints were piling up, and staff were overwhelmed. It was hurting students, staff, research, teaching, the lot. Service First was created to fix what mattered most: stability, clarity, and trust. The team focused on a small set of simple, meaningful measures: untouched tickets, unassigned work, escalations, and overall volume. By getting the basics in place, building daily routines and putting real ownership in the workflow, they achieved a staggering 98% reduction in defects in just 12 months. Productivity rose, workloads balanced out, data quality improved, and communication with customers became consistent again. They didn't just tidy up the work, they rebuilt the system around the people. Ticket categories were simplified, routing was fixed, SOPs were introduced. A proper service catalogue was created, new dashboards gave everyone visibility, colleagues were upskilled, supported, and bought into the solution. Leaders showed up daily, listened, and stayed engaged. What stands out here is their honesty. They surfaced their issues to the executive board, made the root causes crystal clear, and invited scrutiny rather than shying away from it. They worked alongside the front line, not above it, and created a rhythm of improvement that teams could own. Service First has now become a blueprint for other parts of the university. It shows exactly what can be achieved when you respect people, understand the work, and stay consistent. A brilliant turnaround delivered with real discipline and heart. Congratulations again to everybody at Newcastle University.
On to project delivery for infrastructure. So a big thank you to our wonderful BQF associate AGMC, who've kindly sponsored this award, and all the way from Italy joining me here tonight is founder and CEO Andrea Greco. Let's meet the finalists. Our first finalist is Currys. Then we have Graham, GXO, Helios Towers, Openreach, and Transport for London. So, our winner demonstrated an inclusive approach by tapping into knowledge and expertise from a vast number of colleagues. The judges absolutely loved that the solution was simple, yet so effective. The transparency of the project journey was absolutely first class, and it delivered a fantastic set of outcomes. Our winner for project delivery for infrastructure goes to GXO.
And it's another one for GXO. What an awards this has turned into for GXO. Now, their entry was a great example of spotting a real operational pinch point and tackling it with pace, clarity, and teamwork. They were faced with fast growth, rising demand, and a hard deadline before the site hit full capacity. They pulled together a cross-functional team, worked openly with their client, and delivered a solution that changed the game. The project focused on a simple but crucial need: get more space, increase product range, and do it without major infrastructure changes. By producing dynamic storage mediums, they increase capacity by more than 20%, boosting pick density and removing the need for costly off-site storage. It means the client can now manage everything from one site, and GXO can offer far more choice to customers. What really stands out for me here is how they involved people. Over 500 colleagues took part in the discovery, trials, and testing. The feedback they received shaped the final design, and even the smallest details were taken seriously, because a couple of millimeters in design might seem minor, but it adds up to thousands of frustrations a day for frontline teams. That respect for people doing the work shines through. They used DMAIC, but also adopted a fail fast, learn fast mindset to keep pace with the tight timescales. The results speak for themselves. More space, more efficiency, lower costs, quicker access to stock, and a solution that's scalable for future growth. Colleagues are positive, the client is ahead of their growth curve, and other sites are now looking to replicate the approach. This is improvement done properly, involving people early, listening, trialling, learning, and delivering something that works for the operation today, but also sets it up for tomorrow. Well done, GXO. Absolutely brilliant. Let's head back to Karen.
Next award, Excellence in Sustainability. So a very big thank you to Pragmatic, who have kindly sponsored this award for, the second, third year running. And owner, managing director, Bryony Roberts of Pragmatic is here to congratulate our winners. So Bryony, please come join me. So let's meet our finalists. We have Chevron, Corporation of the Church House, Currys, Kesler's London, Octopus Energy, and Worcester Bosch. Right, so the jury were extremely impressed with a very outstanding project that showcased architectural excellence and demonstrated an organisation making the right choices to come up with a sustainable solution to enable the delivery of net zero. The winner, everyone, is the Corporation of the Church House.
Incredible. Another charity smashing it at the UK Excellence Awards 2025. And net zero as well. Absolutely brilliant. Leading the way. And I was really lucky because I got to have a conversation with Corporation of Church House CEO Stephanie Morell about what they've been doing to win this award. And trust me, this is an incredible listen. You will not believe what they've been able to do. Have a listen to this. What a night, what a venue, what a victory. Tell us your story.
So we are a charity and we have the privilege of owning the most gorgeous building, 7-storey Grade 2 listed building in Westminster. And just over 3 years ago, because we are landlord of the Church of England, we decided that we need to be carbon net zero as part of all of their buildings, the cathedrals and etc. And the timeline was 2030. And from that point, we thought, well, let's not wait till 2029 and 360 odd days. Let's start now. And so we went to trustees, got investment, got an architect, got a contractor, and we reached it by October last year. So a whopping few years ahead of schedule. So we think we're the only Grade 2 listed building that is carbon net zero, but to be seen. But yeah, it was absolutely amazing, the effort that's gone in to make this beautiful building really sustainable.
That's incredible. Like, you've got modern buildings that are still struggling.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's absolutely amazing. Has it been a lot of work? Has an awful lot had to go into it?
We are still going because there's still always more to do. We started basically top down. So the building is 4 stories of commercial letting space. So I said we've got the admin head office of the Church of England. We've got various other tenants, a bookshop, a cafe, etc. in the building. And we've also got a conference centre, which takes up the lower ground and first floor. So it's a whole mix. We started top down and we basically stripped everything out and hollowed out the building floor by floor. So all the walls were down, and these were, we were built to be bomb-proof. So you've got thick walls that were drilled out, that were noisy, were dusty, were vibrate one side of the building, and you hear the noise the other side because the whole frame of the building shakes. So everything came out, everything came down till we had vacant floors, and everything that went in had to be a sustainable material. So best example is we can't do cavity wall insulation because we're an old listed building. What we could do, though, is spray the walls with cork. So we did. So all of our walls, internal walls and ceilings are sprayed with cork. So that, A, it's a recycled product because it's all the bottles from like your champagne and all of that.
Wow.
It's literally twice recycled cork. It's come off the tree, but also we're recycling the next product that was made with cork. So A, it's a brilliant product for recyclability, but it's also brilliant in terms of thermal kind of protection. We got a 6% thermal efficiency from using that. So if the outside temperature goes up or down by 3 degrees, we're that little bit better able to control our temperature inside the building. All of the building inside was sprayed with that. On top of that, we put a clay-based plaster, so really natural materials. So that went onto the cork. Again, not harming the planet, really doing something quite gentle. our architect found this fabulous product called Grafenstone paint. Now, you mix it with water when you get it, so already the transport is for a lighter product, so you're saving in terms of CO2 in transport. But it goes on the wall, and for 30 days, it absorbs carbon out of the atmosphere. So really gently, what you've put on your wall, it's made of a natural product, Grafenstone, but on top of that, when you paint, and you can do your living room, I've done my living room with it, it's for sale in the shops. So you've then got just the very basics of an office space already. Everything that touches it is good for the environment or natural or absorbing carbon. And that was our basis. But everything that came in was a super gentle choice of product.
That's incredible.
Building.
And on top of all that, you got the nice smell of wine in every room that you go to because all the corks are...
It's a woodsy smell, but it's not an unpleasant smell. So when you think that you're doing thousands and thousands of square foot, it's not unpleasant. Now,
I've never heard of it. It's so interesting.
It's so good.
Tell us about the night itself then. You got to go to Wembley Stadium. Did you take the team with you?
Oh, yes. Amazing. So we took some of the trustees who have been really supportive, and it costs more to be carbon net zero than otherwise. We think about 12-15% more on our figures. So they backed us. They backed the project. We took our architects because they were totally on board. They supported us. They found these brilliant ideas, and we took the team as well. So we had a really good mix across the board, which was so lovely because you had the idea people, the finance people, the people that literally wore the hat, the hard hat and the high vis and walked the space. So it was a really, really good mix.
That's great. So it's real recognition for the work that had been done for everybody who was involved. That's so special.
Yeah, it really was. And even the photo, we had to take a photo for the event. They could put it on the screen if you want. And we just got the team up on one of the floors that we were doing. So we wore the high vis. We had the full protective equipment kind of all over us. So even that was fun.
Was it a real shock when your name was called out as a winner?
Well, they were doing this, they said all the other shortlisted people, and we were looking at each other going, these are amazing organisations that are commercial, that have big budgets, that are known for really doing amazing things. And we're like, we're a charity. We're a great charity, but we are a relatively small charity in the scheme of things. And then they slowly started describing who the winner was. And I looked to our architect who I had to my right or left, I can't remember now, and we're going, how many projects were grade 2 listed? How many projects were linked to a design refurbishment? And we're going, maybe it's us. And then obviously when it's announced, you could just do that yell, leap up and the whole team up onto the
all
stage.
The pennies were dropping as they're describing you. It must be such a weird sensation to obviously go through beforehand the emotions of we will win, well, we won't win. We could win, no, we won't win. And when you're sitting there and they start describing, you're like, I've got goose pimples now, actually. I'm just talking about it. It's mad, isn't it?
And then the looks, that split second of, we're going to leap up. It is, you don't want to be the Wally that leaps up when actually it wasn't you. You've misheard. So,
Can you imagine?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
That would be so funny, though.
Yeah, it was good. That was
it's the sort of thing I would do. Well, look, I think it's amazing. Long term, then, what has this kind of recognition done for your charity and your exposure?
It's something we can unite behind. We've got a really good 5-year strategy. We believe in the charity, what we are doing, where we are going. And one of the strands is sustainability. Staff are doing training on measuring their own carbon footprint. We offer, as I said, part of the charity is a conference centre. We offer sustainable meals for people that come in. We've got a cafe that only serves local produce and as good for the environment as we can products. I think it's a huge uniting effect. Everyone here, be they the engineer, the plumber, the person in finance, has made this happen because it is such a wide encompassing cultural thing for the organisation that everyone is within it. So yes, we've put it in a little cabinet in our corridor. We can all kind of stroke it as we walk past of a morning. We had a bit of a pokey entrance, people didn't really know we're here. And part of our investment was to shine out into the community, be part of the community. So our entrance to our building now, it was the old bin store. Middle of Westminster, literally a roller blind to a bin store. And it is now a stunning entrance to the building that is green, that's sustainable. The walls are recycled washing machines, so it's tactile, it's part of the environment. It just tells the story of who we are better than we could possibly have done before. I think that's what the award does. It's kind of like the stepping stone to say, it was the right call, it was worth the time, it was worth the money, and it is who we are now, which I think is a really, really nice step.
How amazing was that? Absolutely incredible. Blew my mind. And it really does show that if a charity is able to do that in such an old building, our modern buildings and our buildings that are not quite so old, what could we do in our organisations? It's unbelievable. Fantastic. Congratulations to everybody who's participated in that magical piece of work. Now let's head back to Karen for our final Excellence in Award of the 2025 UK Excellence Awards. Karen.
Our final Excellence in Award is Excellence in Employee Health and Wellbeing. And a big thank you to our BQF Wellbeing partner, Arthur Ellis, who have sponsored this award. Joining me is the absolute fabulous John Manning. So let's meet our finalists, everybody. We have Enigma and Business Reimagined. We have GXO. We have Homestart UK. L'Anticamura, Smiths, and Tesco. Right, so everybody, our winner is an organisation who has impacted well-being on a global scale by ensuring that everybody across the organisation has access to the services and support they need at any time. Everybody, our winner this year is Tesco.
Welcome back to the UK Tesco Excellence Awards. UK Excellence Awards. Unbelievable. Absolutely brilliant. Congratulations, Tesco. Now, I did catch up with Anu Kalia from Tesco, and he spoke about the awards that they won in episode 1. If you already heard episode 1, you would have heard it. If you haven't, pop over and listen to episode 1 first, because there's loads of great stuff there that you've missed. So let me tell you a little bit about this award-winning entry from Tesco. The story is a really simple one, but really powerful. So when colleagues say something isn't working, they listened and they fixed it properly. It was as simple as that. The problem wasn't hidden. Colleagues from across stores and offices were getting stuck in a maze of systems, slow responses and unclear processes. And for many, something as basic as getting a pay query resolved meant long waits, repeated calls and unnecessary stress. When you've got almost 100,000 people relying on these systems, you can imagine the impact is pretty huge. Now, rather than patch around the edges or apply a sticky plaster, Tesco stepped back and looked at the whole journey. They pulled together the right teams, people services, tech, the query management team, the VSM team, and store voices, and got right under the skin of the issue. Colleague feedback, 3 years of data, focused discussion, and hothouse workshops shaped the full design of how support should work. And the difference is clear. A 15-point lift in satisfaction, faster answers, clearer information, fewer pay problems, fewer queries bounced back because something was missing first time, and more people using self-service because it actually works for them now. But the real shift is the mindset. They built dashboards, governance, feedback loops, and a way of working that keeps learning alive. This wasn't a one-off tidy up. It's a new way of running the support system with colleagues' experience right at the centre. It shows what happens when you respect the people doing the job, trust their insight, and redesign the system around their needs. A thoughtful, people-focused improvement that genuinely makes working life better for everyone. Congratulations, Tesco. Okay then, let's head back to the night and see who else walked away with a nice shiny award.
So next up, we have our Being Excellent Awards. And that includes 3 individual awards and our Best Team Award. So first up, we're going to start with the Business Excellence Practitioner. And thank you to NHS Property Services, who are sponsoring this award. And joining me here this evening is the wonderful Annette Marie Pearson. Let's meet our finalists. We have Joe Martin, Laura Casey, Nadej Perrier, Rebecca Bowes, and Wayne Roberts. Okay, so our winner, everybody, impressed the judges with the blend of high-level strategic insight coupled with a real ability to look deep and deep dive into the detail, giving multiple examples, demonstrating a broad knowledge and capability, which was overall a very impressive story. So the winner of Being Excellent Practitioner is Rebecca Bowles from Currys.
Congratulations, Rebecca. Fantastic achievement. Now, I have it on good authority that Rebecca is the kind of practitioner every organisation wishes it had. She spots problems early, works with people to understand what's really going on, and uses solid continuous improvement to deliver results that stick. She's cut returns, reduced errors, improved stock integrity, and saved significant cost, all by using data well and involving the right people. She's highly respected because she's honest, practical, and focused on what helps customers and colleagues, not just her own area. Her leadership shines through in the way she's built engagement, develops her team, and strengthens relationships across Currys and GXO. People trust her because she listens. She challenges fairly and she delivers what she says she will. Rebecca's journey from sales colleague to operations manager shows real drive, humility, and impact. A standout winner with a track record of making work better for everyone around her. A true Being Excellent practitioner. Congratulations, Rebecca. Currys are lucky to have you.
So next, everybody, is our Being Excellent Emerging Leader. A big thank you to Business Reimagined, who've kindly sponsored the award. And joining me to congratulate our winner is founder and owner Kay Tier. Thank you, Kay. Let's meet our finalists. Alan Shafto, Dave Stubberfield, Kirsten Penton, Pepper Clayton Fisher, Phil Shaw, Rachel Webb, and Vadrana Dancerell. So everybody, our winner clearly demonstrated the results that they have achieved through their leadership style. The judges absolutely loved the personalised approach to communication and leading change and could clearly see how they had achieved a supportive yet high-performing culture. The winner this year is Pepper Clayton Fisher from the British Heart Foundation.
Wow. Now, I was incredibly fortunate to be on the judging panel for this category and got to see and hear firsthand the incredible leader Pepper is becoming. It was clear from the very start that she's someone who leads with purpose, compassion, and real clarity. At the British Heart Foundation, Pepper heads up the continuous improvement team with one goal in mind, and that's strengthening processes so that the organisation can invest even more into life-saving research. And she's delivered big in that way too. Her team's work has already saved around £700,000 in time and cost, improving everything from retail and volunteering to finance and tech. What really stands out is how she leads. Pepper connects people, breaking down silos and builds genuine trust. She's grown her team's capability, launched a Greenbelt apprenticeship scheme, and helped set a clear improvement direction for the whole organisation. She listens, she asks the right questions, and she moves things forward without ever needing the spotlight. Her personal development journey is just as impressive, taking on an apprenticeship that feeds into an MBA, keeping her performance high, and staying open, humble, and curious throughout. She handles pressure with composure, supports others through uncertainty, and leads with integrity at every step. Her colleagues describe her as supportive, inspiring, and grounded. Senior leaders value her insight and her maturity. Her team credit her with their own growth and confidence. Pepper is already making a meaningful difference, and she's only just got started. I've been so lucky to meet and talk with Pepper on a couple of occasions now, and she is the real deal. I am so pleased for her. This is absolutely fantastic. Congratulations, Pepper. So delighted for you. Right, let's go back to Karen now and see where we're going next.
The Being Excellent Established Leader. Now, a very big thank you to Biffa, who are our newest BQF member and who have kindly sponsored this award. So joining me to congratulate our winner is the wonderful Managing Director of Industrial and Commercial, Paul Coulton. So let's meet our finalists. Daryl Brown, Wakiza Stadi, Jane Price, Lara Cody, Matt Lees, Scott Rolfe, and Siraj Naik. So, our winner, everyone, is very, very well respected within their organisation and the wider community. They lead from the front in an incredibly tough and challenging environment, supporting so many individuals through mentoring, coaching, and personal development. Their approach to continuous professional development, together with a drive for enterprise-wide learning, has delivered exceptional results. Our winner, everybody, of the Being Excellent Established Leader is Gwakazi Stadi from Helios Towers.
Congratulations, Gwakazi. Unbelievable. Now, some leaders make an impact through titles and presence. Others, like Gwakazi, make their impact through consistency, clarity, and the steady way they lift people and performance around them. As Managing Director for Helios Towers Tanzania and Regional Director for East Africa, he's taken on some serious challenges. Vast geography, demanding infrastructure, shifting markets, and delivering results that speak for themselves. Break even 2 years ahead of plan and the strongest EBITDA margin in the group. More than 4,000 active sites, 97% uptime. These aren't small achievements. They're the outcome of deliberate decisions, discipline, execution, and a long-term view. But the numbers only tell part of the story. Under Gwakazi's leadership, improvement connectivity has changed daily life for millions across Tanzania, opening the door to education, healthcare, and economic opportunity in areas that were previously cut off. It's real social impact, quietly delivering through better infrastructure and stronger operations. What stands out is the environment he's created inside the organisation. High engagement, high retention, a culture where people progress, learn and contribute. Over 40% of the local workforce has stepped into new roles under his leadership, and 6% have been trained in Lean Six Sigma. Colleagues describe him as humble, supportive and grounded, someone who develops people and raises standards without ever losing sight of the human side of leadership, something that's so often missed. His commitment to his own development is equally clear. Professional accreditation, advanced leadership training, and continuous learning sit behind his calm, assured approach. Gwakazi's story is of a leader who builds, develops, and improves, steadily consistent and with purpose. A leader who creates conditions where people succeed and communities benefit. And a leader whose influence is felt well beyond the boundaries of his own organisation. And you've had your maximum dose of excellence permitted in part 2 of this 3-part special. So come back for part 3, and here's a little taster of what's to come.
Still to come on the Ever So Lean podcast.
And it's really the last 32 years that the British Quality Foundation has established itself as a driver of the UK excellence movement.
It's the people, the commitment, and the courage to keep pushing for better, even when no one's watching.
To celebrate our BQF 30th anniversary, we created a new award. What we'd like to show you is just a little video that showcases all of our wonderful Patron Award finalists. Our winner is, and the judges' winner of the Patrons Award for Best Organisation is, the winner of the public vote for the best organisation is.
And they were just literally living the dream, right? They were so excited that they just won this award.
We've seen some exceptional organisations and some exceptional people. Good night, Wembley!